So today is February 3rd. Today is February 3rd, 2024. And it is a Saturday. And the leasing office is not open. They won't be open tomorrow on Sunday the 4th. But come the 5th, when rent's due on the 1st, no payment, then they're going to be in their, within their legal rights to begin the eviction process, filing the Florida eviction paperwork or whatever state it is that you possibly may live in, if this is something that may be affecting you. And like me, want to know as much as you possibly can to avoid the situation and do all you can to make sure that you don't become a victim of eviction, then you'll want to listen. You're going to want to watch this video. But hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. My name's Kevin247. Appreciate you guys stopping by. If you're here for the first time, please consider smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you again for your support. I got links down below in the description for backup channels. I got Max here with me hanging out at the dog park. Are you looking for your toy? You looking for your toy? Or somebody else's toy that they left here? We found a free toy. We're not going to take it. We're just a toy to play with while we're here. We're hanging out here because Michelle, she's actually doing a live stream right now on Squirrel Tribe, which is not the norm. So she wanted some privacy to do that. So the kid and I came down here to hang out, and we're just going to talk to you guys. Links down below in the description to some other channels, backup channels, different content, some other valuable links to personal finance guides and 2024 strategy planners. They're 100% free, entirely free. So if you want yours, click the link down below and get it. And also, thank you so much for everybody who's gone over to Patreon and joined and signed up. You helping support the channel allows us to continue to create these videos, continue pushing on, even when YouTube doesn't really want that to happen. Now, we talked just the other day on another video, and we talked about the situation, the problem that a lot of folks are experiencing right now, and that is the inability to afford the cost of living. And this problem could exist and rear its ugly head in the form of food insecurity, buying food and groceries, healthcare, insurance, homeowners insurance or car insurance. They're all going up in price. It can have major impacts on you being able to pay your credit card bills every month, and the consequences that would ensue. Some of those including, and not limited to, derogatory marks and delinquency on your credit report, a lowered credit score, denials on loan applications, denials on all sorts of different things, auto applications. Your credit can actually have an impact on your ability to gain employment. So it's actually very, very, very serious situation. But also eviction, because if you don't have the money to pay your rent, then eventually you're going to be evicted. We don't have the renter protections and the renter moratoriums like we used to during the CARES Act and the at time of the pandemic. So landlords are, they're exercising their rights quickly and swiftly to eradicate and vacate these apartments and homes, any rental dwelling of any lease agreement signer that has defaulted and not held up their end of the contractual obligation. So just beware, be in the know. Don't be afraid. Don't worry. Don't panic. But let's talk about not just the problem, but the solution. So what we like to do is understand and identify the problem and focus on solutions. And in this conversation we had just the other day, we were talking about savings. And this savings was the fact that statistically, 50% of Americans don't have $500 in savings. And 80% of Americans don't have $5,000 in savings. And I don't know the name of the show. It might have been on Amazon. It was either on Amazon. It was either on Amazon, it was on Netflix, or it was on Apple TV, because we have an Apple TV free trial for like another 25 days. And there's a story of a few people telling their life story about growing up in poverty and how it shaped their lives and molded them to who they are today, which is essentially folks that view life as minimalistic and intentional. I believe that the term is intentional. I was watching According to Nicole, and she was referring to how she doesn't have a TV. She doesn't watch TV. She doesn't watch the Super Bowl. She doesn't know anything about the Super Bowl commercials, as she was discussing Temu and their ploy to trap consumers into this debt spiral and this debt cycle of spending on wants, not needs, and those wants being junk, total Chinese garbage, while also exploiting and exacerbating the labor problem of, you know, sweatshops and child labor in some of these countries, like over in China, and you know that the CCP allows to let happen. But Dave Ramsey was on this as well, and he was talking about all the stuff. You don't need as much stuff. Maybe we're moving towards a period of a new season of scaling back and paring down and lightening our loads to be less consumed. Now, this is a serious topic. This is a long story, folks, that there's no way we could actually really touch on in great detail and great depth in one video. No way, no how. But I do think that it's important to discuss how this can be a good thing and a bad thing. Now, obviously, the good thing is less waste, less garbage filling up landfills, less people wasting money on things that they don't need, less less frivolous spending, a pullback in discretionary spending, less credit card debt, less interest being paid. But all of that funds and feeds growth, funds and feeds profit for someone. It allows a job. It keeps someone employed, or maybe will even start a business and not just keep someone employed, but increase the amount of employment. So if we pull back there, then you will see a pullback somewhere else with more layoffs and more job cuts and, more headlines of the turmoil of this Bidenomics economy. But be that as it may, whether that's the new move, whether that's the new trend, no matter what, you still have to master or at least attempt to master. For instance, if I have any karate folks out there watching, then it's about continuous training and the discipline to master, not just waking up one day and saying to yourself, I'm a black belt. And even if you are, you must continue that training. But the simple fact of the matter is that whether you have it or not, whether you have money in savings or not, whether you have a money problem or not, whether you're facing eviction or not, we should be practicing to be more responsible and financially educated and disciplined and literate and educated so that we can, okay? Now, savings is easy, but also hard and difficult, because if you have the money to save it, all you have to do is not spend it. But that's the hard part. That's the difficult part. That's the tough part. But I'm not going to sit here and assume that everybody has this surplus and excess of money. So you have to create that. You have to create that separation, okay, that distance. And that's either going to be a reduction of your spending and better budgeting, an increase of your earnings and your income stream, rate, salary, diversity, and or really both. Once you have those, you have to harness this self-control and restraint not to spend, especially when the spend is worthless. It's gone before you know it. It serves no value, no purpose, and will ultimately not put you in a safe place, in a better financial position, allow you to grow and create and maintain a safety net, because you never know what could happen. Anything could happen at any time. So quite possibly this may be one of the reasons why eviction is such a problem, because a lot of folks, just like the survey, the numbers reveal, 50% of Americans don't have $500. Well, if the average rent is $2,000, which I think the average rent's like a little over $1,800 or $1,900. If the average rent, we're going to round up to $2,000. If the average rent is $2,000 and 50% of Americans don't have $500 in savings, and let's just say 7 out of 10, 70% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, if there's any hiccup, any discrepancy, any disruption in your pay, your salary, your hours, your bonus, your commission, your Walmart Spark app deactivates you by accident, whatever it may be, your rent's due. Your rent's due. Your rent on average is $2,000 a month, and statistically, you don't have $500 in savings. So what are you going to do? Okay. Now, this is not, hopefully not a problem, but it's something to think about. It's something to consider, so that, okay, as we're considering this, then let's figure out how we can avoid that and at least get ourselves to a position where we have 1 month's expenses and savings, 2 months expenses and savings, 3 months expenses and savings, moving up to a year's worth of expenses and savings, and then even considering amplifying that, multiplying that. So if you got 12 months of expenses and savings, and then you say, well, if I can lower my monthly expenses by 25%, well, then theoretically that'll give you another 3 months. So your 12 months in savings of expenses automatically goes to 15, automatically, just like that. Just like that. I had to switch hands. I can't snap with my right hand. Nothing, no sound comes out. No worthwhile sound comes out. And this brings me back to the basics, fundamentals of Dave Ramsey's baby steps, really and truly. If you are familiar, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, and you want more info, then just drop a comment, let me know, and we can do a video talking about that. But I hope that you guys aren't experiencing any financial hardships, any troubles, any disruptions in your pay and your income. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are doing great. You guys are amazing people. Awesome. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys for continuing to support the channel and subscribe and watch these videos, and always giving them a like. However, in the event that you do want to chat, you do want to talk, discuss options, and get better prepared, by all means, feel free to reach out.